Can't go sleep. I know the power of a dollar, told 50 rounds at she know I get money, she know. Soon as I up, let's go. Just like double low.
Alright, on our way to do a 10-mile run. It's currently Sunday, 7:30 in the morning, and I just want to say that use the weekend as a tool to better prepare yourself for the upcoming week. A lot of people use the weekend to escape from reality. They go out drinking, they break their diet, and they break all these habits that they've developed during the week to become better. Just because it's the weekend, it's really not time to relax. It's actually a time to get ahead. So 10-mile run at the beach. Update you guys how it goes.
Darling, 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 there's no need to worry. It's just a couple things.
10 mile complete. Zone 2. How we feeling? Feel good? Feel great. First 5 miles were rough. The last 5 miles. Easier? Yeah, for sure. I just couldn't keep my heart rate down. I tried to keep it under 150, but successful 10-mile run Sunday morning. Get this shit done, and now I get to go enjoy the rest of the day.
I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, TT, two-turn baby girl, you know.
Now it's Sunday night. This is gonna be the first time that I'm looking at charts for the full weekend. I recommend everybody taking at least one day off from the charts over the weekend. Don't look at any setups, don't look at any of your trades. Just completely detach yourself from the market. We get so caught up every single day looking at charts, seeing profits, seeing losing trades, seeing green, seeing red, that we need to detach ourselves as much as we can, because subconsciously it's just gonna benefit us in the long run, and especially to start the week. So take one day off during the weekends. Don't open up your charts, don't open up your computer, and save it for Sunday. Sunday is my favorite day because now what I'm gonna do is review all my setups, things that I did well, things that I did incorrectly, and how can I use those lessons to better prepare myself for this week. Conditions are constantly changing, so if you're not looking at your setups, I have to see what's working for me the best, what's not working for me too well. That way I could change and adapt with the conditions. The only way we can do this on a conscious level is going through our database and seeing what needs improvement and seeing what we need to continue doing that's working really well. So this is everything that I look for and everything I do on Sundays to better prepare myself to start the week. What I'll do is I will go back and look at my best setups and look at my worst setups. This was a trade that I took last week, which resulted in a $2,500 loss. And this was a really good setup, July 2nd, around 10:20, 10:30 Eastern time. So step number one is I will look at this chart and I'll visually see, okay, where did I enter? Where did I exit? Did this trade eventually work out? How much money was I risking? How much money was I gonna profit if I was right? What was my R multiple, which is the most important metric in trading? So now I got this. I'm gonna go to my charts and I'm going to replay and simulate the data like it was July 2nd around 10:20 when I entered this trade. So what I will do is on my charts, I'll go to July 2nd and I'll simulate the time to around 10:25 when I entered this setup. My charts will refresh. And now what I am doing is I am replaying the data like it was July 2nd at 10:25 in the morning. So I can see, hey, what did Carmine see? Why did Carmine enter this? How much was Carmine risking? What was the thesis for this trade? Now there's other platforms. I can go back to 10:22 in this example and see what was I spotting down here that enabled me to take the market long. I can go to my footprint charts. I can see the same exact thing. So I'll do this after I end this little recording here, and I will go back to all my setups and review in that exact moment, and I will replay the data. What was the NASDAQ doing at this time? What was other major market leading equities such as Tesla doing at this time? And I will go back and simulate like it was at 10:25 when I entered this trade to the upside and realize the things that I did well with and look for things that I did wrong that needs improvement. This was an obvious loss on this trade. And just by looking at this chart, I could see my stop loss was way too tight because this trade eventually did work out. And this could have been a $15,000 profit if I didn't stop out of this trade and I held it because it went into my direction. So I'm going to end this. I'm going to now do a invest to trade webinar, which also I do on Sundays, that will prepare me and everybody else in the invest to trade community for the upcoming week. I'm going to chart all my setups live. I'll also be talking about how to trade all-time highs, because as I'm recording this, the market's at all-time highs. And again, we have to trade differently, we have to chart differently, and we have to execute differently depending on the market conditions. So after this webinar that I'm going to do with the Invest to Trade community, I'm going to go back to all my trades last week and dissect the data and replay each setup like it was in that exact moment so I can learn from all these trades. This is the best way to speed up the learning curve, and this is the best way to become a better trader, especially when you have data, good or bad, to back it up.
Yo, all my L's, they call me the V. Yo, she'll not fuck my ex.
Alright, starting the morning off with some espresso to wake me up. Got a protein ball for a little carbs, and also water with electrolytes, caffeine and salt. Great combo. Getting ready for the gym. Start the day off right. One of the best things that I've done to my morning routine was getting up, getting moving when everybody else is sleeping, and getting my body and my mind stimulated before I sit down at my desk, before I start working, before I start trading. So in the mornings, I like getting at least a workout, whether it be lifting or running in, get the brain moving, because if the brain's not moving when I sit down on my charts, I'm not going to be able to process information as fluently as I would like to. So stimulate the mind, stimulate the body. It helps you when you trade. It helps you think properly. It helps you solve problems. And you can now begin to think critically and trade a lot better is the goal and the result of this. So going to hit some chest and triceps, go back to my desk feeling good, ready to trade, ready to make money, and ready to enjoy the rest of the day.
Watch alert, few blows, or the big face rolly, I got two of those. Arm out the window through the city, I maneuver slow. Cut back, snap back, see my cut through the holes. Damn easy and hope, where the hell you been? Niggas talking real.
One thing which really sparks my interest right now would be a break above 56.36, but not above 56.40, so giving it about a 4-point buffer. The market breaks this high of day and fails, and I see trapped buyers on the depth of market. I'd be interested in taking this thing short for a quick scalp, going for about a 7-point target, targeting 56.29, which 56.29 represents what I call zero prints, where there's zero volume traded on the bid at 56.29. These levels tend to act like magnets to price, where price tends to gravitate towards. All right, so it's having a hard time here at these 36s. When I see the market have a hard time like this and fails to sell off, I like it to continue to break the high, stop out early shorts, for then the market to reverse after that. As you can see here, the buying volume is increasing. So if the buying eventually gets cut off, it's a very good indication that the market is going to sell off and test lower prices. All right, I'm short here, 56.36. I'm going to place my stop loss above 56.37.5. So about 3 ticks worth of risk, targeting 56.29. About a 7-point target for about 3 ticks, less than 1 point worth of risk. Here we go. Things are starting to turn. NASDAQ is starting to go red. NASDAQ is starting to turn. Red on the session so far. Here's the quick sell. Simply going for these 29s. I'm not going for a larger move. I'm going for a quick sell into the 29s. So, I mean, this thing is just taking forever to sell off. We are compressing. We're getting tighter and tighter, which usually leads to a big move. In this instance, I'm hoping the bigger move is down and not up. But being up 6 points profit now on 0.75 worth of risk. Like I said earlier, these levels tend to act as magnets to price. So hopefully it gravitates towards it before the market goes back up to my entry, because I won't let this trade go red on me. All right, here's a strong drop. The volume is increasing. You can see selling volume increasing. More trades are hitting the bid aggressively, which is something that I want to see if I am short and going for a quicker downside move. All I need is a break into my target, 56.29.5, 56.29 3/4. Strong sell-off down. I'm all out of this thing, 56.28. All out of this thing, 56.28. About an hour into the session, I'm going to call it there. Could be done for the day. Yes, the market is continuously now selling off, but I had a plan to sell at my target. I followed my plan. Can't look at where the market is going now after the fact. I'm not too interested in playing it short for more downside. Where I entered this thing short, in my opinion, was the best entry because it offered the lowest risk. A little over $10,000 profit, and I don't really want people looking at the profit so much. Look at how much money I was risking, which was about $900 to make that profit. So risk to reward is everything. R multiple is everything. If you risked $180 instead of $900, you could have came out with a $2,000 profit. So it's all about how much are you risking for how much you are going to be rewarded. And this has to do with the entries and your exits and the type of position size that is relative to your risk. Solid trade, probably going to call it there, an hour in. Very happy with it. And now I get to go enjoy the rest of my day. All right, we're out here at the MetLife Stadium.
Argentina baby.
Versus Canada, Copa America semifinal. This is my first soccer game, international soccer game, so I'm looking forward to this. We got a bunch of Argentinian fans over here, so it's gonna get rowdy. This may be Messi's last game. If Messi loses, what do we think?
I don't think they're losing. They're winning.
So pretty hyped for this. Today really was not a good trading day at all. Good analysis, just no execution, poor execution, feeling very frustrated. And I just wanted to say, like, when you feel like you're getting in your own head, and it's very easy in the market, you know, it's an emotional battle. It's a battle of you versus you. When you feel like you're getting in your own head, you feel like your mental capital is completely depleted. It's best to just walk away, detach yourself from the market, and to reset. So what I'm gonna go do right now is I'm gonna go punish myself with a very hard running workout. What I like doing is when I make stupid mistakes or I don't capitalize on certain things, I like to punish myself, sort of, in the sense of doing things that I don't want to do. That way, if I make the same human error again, especially in the markets, it reminds me of a painful experience, and I relate the painful experience of doing something that I don't want to do, especially like running a hard workout. That way, if I notice I'm going to make the same mistake again, it enables me to, as best as I could, not make that same mistake because I relate it and it's correlated to something that I don't want to do. So I'm going to go for a hard run workout right now. I'll come back, I'll review my mistakes, and tomorrow is a new day. The scoreboard resets at 0. I'm not going to fret on the past, but a lot of stupid mistakes made me miss out on really good opportunities. It made me miss out on a lot of money that I could have had in my pockets. And I actually ended the day red today off 2 different trades that I'm going to break down after I go through it.
I'm not in a mood, cause my flight delayed. So I jumped on a private jet and I'm asking a pilot the ETA. Lambo parked on a landing strip, everyone in my gang and my DJ paid. Why is my man talking about inshallah? These times he don't even pray. Why is my man wearing a Jesus piece? How does she squeeze in them jeans? Big behind and petitest waist. Take time with a GBG, we don't beef nobody like
Thursday was the first day that I placed a trade other than Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, I didn't find any good opportunities and the volume was very low. This Thursday was a $4,700 loss. As hard as it is for me to say that, I have to be transparent and say my emotions completely got to me today. Missed good setups and had FOMO. And forced bad setups. Now, we're humans. We cannot avoid emotions. It's human nature to have emotions. We're not robots. We can't sit here and completely remove them. We just have to do our best to control our emotions and not let them do the trading for us. So really fast, the plan today, really on the S&P, was to short this red line here at 56.92. It was a level of resistance that I was watching that if longs could buy the breakout, become trapped, and sellers appear at 5692, I was interested in shorting that little range right there. The market eventually broke the high. It failed. It was a sign of weakness, and I was basically looking to short every single pop, targeting a downside move. Now, the issue with this was the market hit my level perfectly and we began to sell off. Now, I did not personally see very good, perfect quality confirmation to short the market here. Now, I started to really see it once the market was down here and down here on the second red candle. Now, if you all know me and been following me, I'm very big into risk to reward ratios. And the issue with this move is if I didn't catch it short at the highs, I was not comfortable shorting it here, shorting it here, shorting it down here. Now, why is that? Because if the market's moving in my favor and I do not have an entry, what that means is now I am minimizing my reward and I am maximizing my risk. What I mean by that is if I'm short here at the second red candle at the low, I would need to place my stop loss at the high of day. This is too much risk for my potential reward, which has to be at least 2 times greater than my risk. Now, nobody woke up today, and I'm just going to zoom out here so you can see what happened with the market. Nobody woke up and said that we were going to have a 70, 60 point sell off to the downside, right? So in the moment, in the present moment, without looking in hindsight, this strong drop moved without me, and I was not comfortable shorting the extended move where the risk to reward just simply did not make any sense. So I sat here, despite my plan working and despite me realizing how much money I could have made, and everybody else also making money and killing it, I sat here, saw the market move without me, despite my plan working, and I had what you call FOMO. Now, FOMO in the sense of I didn't have the fear of missing out. I just had the fear of not making money and the regret of not following my plan. So I saw the market continue to move lower, and what I did was I was trying to catch the falling knife and long the bottom, and I longed it on 2 different attempts when the level of support here held. Never got the rally up and eventually stopped out of this trade, and pretty much all day this thing just moved sideways after that morning drop. So despite that morning drop, today was a very choppy day leading up to this move. If I caught this move here, this is where the emotions come in. If I caught this move here, I would have never longed the move down here. So what that tells me is the entry down here was me trying to make profits because I missed the earlier move. So I had FOMO because I had a plan and I didn't follow that plan, which sucks. And I had to punish myself, and seeing other people make money, especially making money off of my plan, and seeing I could have came out with a great opportunity and good risk if I had just followed it. But like I said, in the moment, the confirmation really wasn't the best, and everybody could talk in hindsight. Like, I'm sure a lot of people always comment or always see different things like, oh, you should have long there or shorted there. We're not talking hindsight here. We're talking in real time. And this is what I try to do in the intraday commentary, so you could see my thoughts in real time before they occur. That way we could find opportunity and manage our risk properly. So tomorrow is a new day. The scoreboard resets, just voicing out and venting my frustrations. That way you can learn from it. If you see an opportunity, take it. I'd rather lose on the trade than miss the opportunity and see it move without me. I'd rather deal with, oh well, than what if. Oh well, I just took a loss. Then what if I took this trade? Well, what if I took this trade? I just would have made at least 5 figures on this. But now I'm sitting here saying, oh well, I missed this damn setup. And that is the part that really hurts the most. So tomorrow's a new day. I'm very confident following my system, following my plans. Today is nothing in the scheme of things, but we're back at it. Scoreboard resets, and let's look for better and more opportunities. Peace out.